Well, 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 if it isn't the Insect Glaive, the most, discussed and debated weapon in the Rise demo, and for good reason. While people are absolutely loving that new insane aerial movement we have thanks to the new Silkbind ability, resetting your aerial dash, a whole other pile of people, are a little upset about not having any relevant combat updates or improvements when compared to the many incredible updates that the other weapons have seen in Rise. So, my name is Olo, and today I'm going to take a proper look at Insect Glaive, and we're going to answer that important question. Is Insect Glaive worth playing in Rise? Did it really do the worst of every weapon in this update? Let's find out. To start with, we'll do a quick overview of what the Glaive actually is, how it works, and what's new. As it stands, the Glaive remains the most aerial and agile weapon in the game with just its core kit, being the weapon of choice for vaulting up into the air and then actually staying up there for a long while, thanks to its bounce aerial combo and obviously that sick plunging attack. It still looks awesome, it still feels awesome, but while you're on the ground, we still have access to just the two main combos, a short opening double slash or the red extract basic combo that's improved, where you're doing a lot more leaping slashes and then those tornado slashes. Lastly, the Kinsect still functions to provide you with various buffs that will enhance your gameplay and abilities based on which buffs you gather from the specific body parts that you target of your monster. Therefore, the core kit remains the same with no major improvements, unlike most every other weapon who has seen some sort of core improvement. Examples of what a core improvement is like how Lance can now charge its sweep attack, or the Greatsword can true charge after a slash now. Things that simply improve the core of a weapon's kit. So we're completely relying on those two new Silkbind attacks to update and improve the Insect Glaive. Uh-oh, they don't have any direct combat improvements. Thanks to the Silkbind Vault, we can now mid-combat leap a big distance and also get airborne. Consuming just one Wirebug, you'll do a small spin attack while flying through the air. This will also reset your aerial dash, however, so it's entirely possible to regular vault into the air, then dash, then Silkbind Vault, then dash, then Silkbind Vault, then dash, and then finally advancing slash to stay in the air for the longest period ever. This feels great, looks great, and will very rarely actually be used in combat. The second Silkbind for the Glaive is the Recall Kinsect. Yes, the thing you could already do by default. However, attached to this recall are two effects. Firstly, an evasive dodge backwards with respectable range, and the Kinsect returns to you with some healing extracts, and the stamina of the Kinsect will recover fully. I will say that that backwards evade does come with some iframes, and that provides a good escape from a monster after you completed a close range combo maybe, but at the same time, in the same example, you could have just done your normal aerial vault, or just rolled out of there like anyone else. So the full update to the Glaive in the demo is essentially extra aerial movement that you won't be using for direct combat damage. What it is used for is evasive movement around that fight, on the fly. Because these Silkbinds are some of the quickest and effective aerial movement from 0 to 100 at that, this feels really good. In the Mizutsune fight, it is wonderful to have these frontal or backwards leaps, avoiding many attacks including those dangerous water beams. When used for that kind of purpose, this new movement is wonderful, but the forward leap slash is almost entirely irrelevant damage, only really used for its special damage to build up for a Wyvern ride, and the backward leap Kinsect stamina recover or healing are both very underwhelming, which is probably causing so much upset with the Insect Glaive mains that are on Reddit, and for once, I think this might be fair. So yeah, I do think this is a little disappointing, but let me say one thing that's very important. Insect Glaive is still a fantastic weapon. No weapon compares to its aerial mobility or that playstyle, letting Glaive users target parts of a monster others would have a hard time reaching. The Kinsects are still very cool, providing buffs by targeting certain body parts, creating a fun management system. And lastly, those ground combos, which can be powered up by your Kinsect buffs, are super strong and very fun to combo over and over into a monster. Therefore, Insect Glaive is well worth playing, a well-designed and unique weapon. The issue lies entirely with the update, or rather a lack of an update. The Glaive gets something it didn't need, more aerial movement. If you aren't realizing the problem with this update, let me give you an example of the bow, because actually it got the exact same update as Insect Glaive, but with more relevant and respectable additions. Just like the Insect Glaive, the bow gets a forward evade and a backward evade on Silkbinds. However, the backwards evade provides something of actual value. insane stamina recovery attached to a very useful evade that the bow did not have before. It was never a very aerial weapon, but by getting this long range evade, bow users now have utility they did not have before this update. And then on top of that, they get something incredibly useful, very fast stamina recovery. The bow uses tons of stamina from its dash combos, so this recovery is ideal. Then that other Silkbind, the draw attack, has you dash forward, yes I know, barely at all, but still it's a dash forward, and then it buffs the bow's attacks for a short period. So it's another movement ability that provides a big damage increase, something every bow user will be happy to use. Meanwhile, that poor glaive gets a not so important double evade, and a basically irrelevant Kinsect recall. I mean, damn, that recall doesn't even bring the bug back any faster. I think the main problem with this lacking update is that it's a bit too singular. It essentially just adds movement, and this is a weapon that didn't really need movement. It's lacking in either core improvements or say one special powerful move. It doesn't need to be something insane like maybe the devastation impact that Hammer gets. It could be a move that's triggered only while in the air that you do while above the monster, like a super plunge spin. It could be another counter attack because Rise loves those. Something flashy and impactful that deals a nice packing punch of damage. That's what I think it deserves to compete with the other weapons in their updates. Small changes would make a huge difference, but this current setup just doesn't have that oomph to it, which is probably what's upsetting a lot of people. So many other weapons got wonderful core quality of life improvements or big, impactful, exciting attacks. A simple improvement would be to make it so the Kinsect gathers buffs way faster now or something. But right now we only have access to one Kinsect via this preset build in the demo, so I'm sure the other Kinsects will have different uses, and that maybe could involve something like that. This is backed up more by the fact that when we look at the clip from Twitter from the team, we see a gun lance ability that is not in the demo right now, which means, yes, exactly what you think it does. We do not have access to everything available in the full game, which means Insect Glaive still has a good chance to have more and other additions to its kit. The ones they chose to show us were these ones for some reason. So my question to you guys is, what would you like to see added to the kit of the Insect Glaive? A single impactful offensive attack like me, or something else like faster Kinsect buffs? I don't think it needs to be much. As I said, it's still a fantastic weapon that both feels great to play and looks so good. It's just that it had a lacking update compared to the other weapons. I'm obviously looking forward to seeing what you guys think about this, but try and keep it civil, guys. We all hope that the Insect Glaive gets the love that it deserves in the full game. That's what this video is about. Those are my thoughts. I'm still really enjoying playing this weapon. I still love the Glaive. I just hope that it sees a better update in the full game. Thanks for watching. I've been Hollow, you've been you, and I'll see you next time.